Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to this uplifting messages from Spirit for spiritual warriors. That's us, that's you. Grab yourself something to drink. I have my chai tea. That's the only kind of idea I have of what we're going to be doing here today. It looks like we're going to be pulling some cards, but we'll see where this takes us. It is a blizzardy, blustery, negative 14 Fahrenheit day right now. And while everyone that I look at on Instagram and so forth is posting spring flowers, still covered with snow. So let's just do like we always do to get ourselves situated. Get yourself into your master senses as I wrap us all in love light and light love. Inviting in the spirit guides who overlight this show, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Pleiadians. Take a deep breath together. Just get ourselves in a calm, receptive state. I'm posting this in multiple places, so it's going to be a video on YouTube. It's going to be audio on the podcast. So I am thankful for all of you, no matter how you connect with the show. If you want to see pictures, if you're listening to the audio and you want to see photos of what we've drawn, I'll be posting those on my Instagram and on my YouTube community page. So let me just see where Spirit wants to take us. What journey are we on right now? So I just keep hearing, get up, spiritual warrior. It's been playing around and within for the past week or so. So I'm recording this. Yesterday was the 222 gateway. So this is the 23rd. I'm recording this of February. This is timeless message for whenever you find it, but it's got those 222 energies as part of it. And we just had a new moon a couple of days ago. So I think we're still in that new moon, Pisces new moon energy as well. So where do you want me to start? So they're having me pull out the Labyrinth of Dragonshire deck. Let's just shuffle this and see what our first card out on the tarot board is. It's falling. Oh, of course. Okay, cards are going to be coming in from the side if you're watching this. We got the eye with all of the diamonds, or kind of like electrical energy. Let me put this other deck down for a second. I want to show you something. So it looks like there's going to be light language coming in as well as Reiki. So let me pull out the Reiki crystal and just get that set up. This is petalite. But there's a big eye on the tarot board. We'll just kind of put the Reiki crystal right above that eye. So it's talking about, and it's coming out of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies of these two crystals, which are huge. I can't even get this whole tower crystal in the picture without moving the camera up and down. So it's kind of like Reiki is coming in to balance the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. And bringing the card back in again, I just wanted to show, like, it looks like electrical lines here on the card running left to right. But the actual meaning of the card is card number 7. You can do anything. Now get going. And on the tarot board, if you're looking at the video, This is a desk that I found at a thrift store. So someone had made it, but in the wood. So someone had made it and painted and everything, but they carved a bunch of different things into the wood. And one of them here is laugh. So we've got a big eye, we've got laugh, and we've got you can do anything, now get going. So I think the Pleiadians are heavily in this reading, only because I saw Braca Goldsmith's Pleiadian message for this upcoming full moon in Virgo, and it was all about just smiling and just like they made her smile like really big. Like if you could just smile and just keep smiling no matter what, you would find that, you know, your stress would go down and your tight jaw would you know, become relaxed and all of these things. So I feel like there's a heavy, and excuse me, for a couple of days now, the Pleiadians have been trying to reach out. And on the top of the deck, as I set it down, is one of my favorite cards. I call it the R card. And it's got an R on the front, but on the back, it says, relief is being offered. Do you accept it? So we're going to set that down too. And there's like an angle thing going on here. Angles. And you know me, I kind of move the camera around to fit the situation. So angles and energies. Okay, so there's a lot of messages coming in. So hold on here, because one of them is the Pleiadians offering their assistance to help bring more joy in. So if you're feeling, because we said these are uplifting messages, right? So if you're feeling like you're just down, or you need some extra oomph to get going, because I feel like what's happening here is the overarching energies are very ripe with potential for you to advance your manifestations, whatever those might be. But on top of that, there's this other layer of, they're calling it poor me syndrome. The poor me syndrome, like everything in my life is not perfect. So I might as well just, well, that's how I was feeling this morning. And perfect's not even the right word, but everything in my life is not how I want it to be. So I'm just going to chuck it all and just like, you know, like, just give up. It's oh my God, why do they always take me back to School of Rock? It's the dog saying, yep, I'm going to close her out. It's that speech he gives to the kids about the man. Just give it up, because the man won't let you do anything, and the man is trying to bring you down, and you know, all you can do is just give up. So if you've never seen School of Rock, you should or you could just there's probably YouTube clips of like the Jack Black's talk on the man. But just give it up, give it all up. Let's see if she'll come in and be quiet, because I don't like the door closed. Come on in. Come on. Hi. Hey, y'all, welcome. So letting in, so not closing people out, letting people in. So let's get these messages down. So don't give up. There's this poor me syndrome going on above everything else that's keeping you a little stagnant and a little stuck. And if you can find some ways to switch things up a bit, switch up routines, switch up what you're doing, then I think some of that stuckness energy will start to go by the wayside. The other thing is it's a time right now to reach out and not be so isolated. So when I closed the door on the dog, I was like, oh no, I just feel so alone in this room, even though I'm talking to you. And it felt better energetically to open the door and just let things flow. So take whatever messages resonate with you from whatever the guides here are sharing. But whenever we tap into the collective that's going to be watching this, they always bring in what everybody needs to hear, and just so take what resonates and leave the rest. Use this as a Reiki healing if you want to do that. Reiki will come in and support you in whatever way is most needed in this now. Coming from my voice and coming through the Reiki cracked quartz crystal. So calling in your guides for help. Relief is being offered. Do you accept it? Yes. If you say yes, and there's things you want to accomplish, then source and spirit and the energies will align to help you get those things accomplished. Bring more fun into your life. So School of Rock is a really fun movie. Even if you don't like Jack Black or whatever, like just the kids and the music and the premise of the story and all that. So maybe watch something fun. Take your mind off of the things that aren't going so perfectly for you right now. That's a big theme. And I just realized this morning, I don't just realize it, but it just kind of came to my attention again this morning. Like, I don't think there's anybody on the planet whose life is 100% quote unquote perfect, because there's always going, like Esther and Abraham Hicks, there's always going to be contrast. Contrast is what causes you to reach for more, to want more, to want to manifest something different in your life, right? So, okay, right now you may have something that's not exactly going the way you want it to go, but everything else around you is great. There's always going to be something. So once you manifest the something that you really wanted, then something else is going to happen that's going to be the contrast. That's going to be the thing that makes you feel like, oh, now this isn't what I wanted, or this isn't aligned, or this isn't perfect. Because you're here to learn lessons. That's why you came to the planet. If you came to just have a 100% perfect life, I mean, that's kind of a useless soul journey. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Not for Earth. That's because Earth is like the Earth school. And they're bringing up Avalon. So I know many of you listening have connections with Avalon and with Merlin. And that was a big teaching concept in Avalon as well, is be happy with what you have, going with the flow, learning to accept things as they are. So I think, if you're looking for guidance and inspiration, calling in your Avalonian soul tribe, so to speak, calling in Merlin, the Lady of the Lake, Excalibur, whatever, the mists, whatever you worked with on Avalon to help you remember those teaching concepts. Because I think, as we try to get closer to new Lemuria, like, I don't even think new Lemuria, the new golden age of Earth, like, is everything 100% perfect? I always ask Pleiadians, because they said they went through many trials and tribulations in their ascension process to get where they're at now. And it's like, okay, so is everything perfect where you're at now, Pleiadians? Is everything 100% always going your way? And they say, of course not. There's always something to want to make them strive to go higher, to reach up, and to, why am I getting emotional? I don't know. But they're like, okay, there's always something making them want to ascend more, to reach higher, reach for higher states of consciousness, which is kind of what they're focused on right now, which is why they came into service with helping us during our ascension process. So we only have 2 cards on the table. What do you want me to do? Oh, they want me to get Happy Cloud. So part of this too is painting a happy little picture with the cards. So here's my deck, Happy Cloud. Beauty through creativity and the arts and fashion and music. We had a card jump out. It's on the floor. Oh gosh, my bones. Okay. The card is coming in from the left. Fog. You don't have all the answers yet. Why is my camera not focusing? Hold on, I'm going to see what's going on here. Even my camera looks foggy. Is it foggy? Hold on a second. Let me just do this. Okay, so we need to, I don't think it is, but let's see. Hold on. Excuse me. We just wiped down the camera lens. So what we're going to do next, before we go any further, is because there was a big focus on the third eye with the Reiki And now with the fog cards, like there's a haze. We're going to go ahead and do some light language to help clear the third eye. They're saying it's underactive, that the third eye here, for those of you listening, if you don't resonate with that, then don't, you don't have to accept the Reiki, but they're saying for the majority of you tuning in, the third eye right now, that's kind of your creational power to imagine and see things. I think a lot of you are feeling like, so it feels like we're moving now into kind of message number 2, which is a lot of you are feeling like because of this poor me syndrome, you're just tired of trying to imagine things better. Because we always hear that like, dream big, dream the impossible dream or whatever. And the guides are always saying like, dream bigger. You're not dreaming big enough. And I think with this poor me, syndrome, I just keep calling it poor me syndrome, you kind of feel like, what's the point of even dreaming big anymore? Because I can't even manifest XYZ. So why do I want to just keep trying? And I felt that way earlier today too. I have this list of manifestation, like my goal, my wishes, whatever you want to call it. And some of them I've been writing down now, the same darn things for like, I would say since 2018, I've been writing the same darn things each time. Every time it's like, well, let's come up with our list. Let's revise our list. I'm like, well, these things are still on it. These things are still on it. These things are still on it. And now for 2023, I was like, we went through a New Year's thing with Master Co at the beginning of the year for New Year's. He's like, get your list out. And I'm like, it's the same things from 20, it's the same damn things. So when I hear, and maybe this is how you're feeling, when you hear like dream big, it's kind of like, okay, keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again and over and over and over again and over again. What do I do now? So when I hear dream big, I'm kind of like, all right, okay, whatever. So I feel like in a sense, those of you listening maybe have closed down your third eye a little bit in terms of wanting to imagine these mystical, magical things, because it just feels like you're being made to wait. And patience obviously is a virtue. The Pleiadians know all about patience too. Anybody who's manifesting a divine counterpart or whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it twin flame, I call it divine counterpart or like soul flame, then that's a journey of patience. So let's do some stuff right here before we go any further to clear the third eye, open you back up to a little bit of hope, a little bit of joy, and see what else wants to come in from there once we do that. So let's take a deep breath together. They're having me stand on one leg like what is that? A flamingo. So flamingo is all about balance. So maybe just to be funny, like if you're able to stand up where you're at and stand on one leg like a flamingo, like I just have my one foot against, like up, like a freaking flamingo, like my foot next to my knee. Okay, I'm going to try to do the light language like this. This is our yoga. This is almost like tree pose in a sense. Oh my gosh, tree pose. That's like hangman. I don't want to go there right now. All right, this is about patience. Let's see if I can do this light language. I can't even do this light language. It's so funny. What the heck am I? What the heck am I channeling here? A dodo bird. Oh, great. Holy! I don't know if I can keep going. Hold on. Let me compose myself. Okay, stop. That's enough. The dodo bird. Isn't that big giant bird with the big bill that like moves like a spoon? What the heck is a dodo bird? Is that what that is? I think that's that big blue. Is it the bird with the blue legs? Okay, hold on a minute. Dodo bird. Oh, no, it's... What the heck? I don't even know. I don't know who this is. Rest in peace, dodo bird. Extinction? I have no idea. But anyway, it said it was a dodo bird. It was very interesting. Well, it depends the one leg thing. Maybe they used to stand like that or something. Are flamingos descendants of dodo birds? Because it had a very flamingo-ish look about it. It wasn't the bird I was thinking of. The bird I was thinking of was some big giant... Never mind. Let's just keep going. Like a spoonbill or something? I don't know. Holy crap, that was funny. Okay, let me pull in the flower therapy deck. I don't know, did we clear the third eye or not? Shoot, let me see. Is the third eye clear now? Yeah, they're saying all is well. So, I don't know why laughing cleared the third eye, but it did. All right, this is the flower therapy deck by Robert Reeves. And Doreen. Let's see what this deck wants to say. Are we still going on this fog? Maybe, let's see. Oh, gosh. The card is... Oh, look, it looks just like a freaking flamingo. It's the bird of paradise. Oh, hold on. It's communicate with your angels. Bird of paradise. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So we've had birds times 3. We have flamingos. What is it? Dodo birds. Whatever that thing is. Spoonbill or something. And now bird of paradise plant. You have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. So this is like a service to others. Kind of a card. How to get it? So I would say if you're feeling like down. So this morning I was kind of like, oh, this day sucks because we have a blizzard. We're under a blizzard warning. We've been under it for like the past couple of days now. It's all hazy and snowing and it's negative 33 Fahrenheit wind chill. And I'm just like over it. And I was like, this day's going to suck. I'm going to barely be able to get my dog outside. Yada, yada, yada. It went on. And finally I was like, I just need to connect with my tribe because that always makes me feel better. No matter what's going on, if I can do that, if I can do service to others, that is a way of releasing kind of pent up energy, especially where you feel like maybe things are outside of your control. And that goes back to this fog. You don't have all the answers yet. Things you can't see right now, things that are outside of your control. You have to find a way to release that or you're just going to continue to feel this poor me syndrome. And yeah, that's not where we want to be. So service to others. Maybe that's helping out a friend. Maybe that's, stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit and posting your own little, they're saying diatribe on your YouTube channel or your Instagram, something other than just like pictures of yourself doing stuff, like many of you listening and watching this. I don't think you'd be here if you weren't spiritually inclined. You wouldn't be listening to this channel. Many of you, I've told you, what we get here are intermediate and advanced practitioners. And I think the call is going up for some of you to step out of your comfort zone. And rather than just, sharing things with others about your day and pictures of your life and all that on social media, like try, it doesn't have to be perfect. Put out a little video of yourself, doing a little reading for somebody or I don't know. And if any of you out there want to collab on a video with me, come on, let's do it. I mean, I'll help you. I don't care if I look stupid or whatever. Like I've been doing this long enough. Well, I never really cared anyway, because my whole life I've been in the jobs that I had to be up in front of people. I had to be up in front of different echelons of people, so to speak, upper management, new people in my company. Like, so I don't have any qualms about getting up in front of people and looking down. I mean, the other day I fell down on the street with a dog and I was laying in the road as cars went by. Like it does. So I don't have that filter. So you want to collab and you want to do something together with me, like do some sort of a thing for others, like send me an email. My email's in all my show notes, and we can get together and just have a chat about what that might look like. But that could be a fun little thing. Or if you just need help getting started on your own little channel or whatever, like it's super easy and it doesn't have to be perfect. The underlying goal is to be of service to someone other than yourself in maybe a fun capacity for you, something that's fun for you to do, okay? We're not looking for perfection, and believe me, the majority of my work, I'm like super perfectionism, and the majority of my stuff, I'm like my son, oh my gosh, the majority of my stuff is not perfect in my eyes, even if sometimes you guys don't see like the glitches or the things that I say weird or maybe the messed up thumbnail or whatever, I see it and I'm kind of like, oh, I've got to do better next time. But, at least I put it out there. So there's that message coming through as well. All right, now we're going to pull in Pleiadian power. So this sounds like we're moving into the third message group. So it sounds like we're still under the umbrella of Get Up Warrior. Let's get out of the poor me syndrome. We've cleared the, getting relief, asking for help if you need it. We've cleared the third eye. We've talked about doing service work for others. And now let's see where this little third set of messages is going to take us. All right, so this is Pleiadian power. The majority of these are my decks that I use on the channel. And the card we got is Mockingbird. A little bird told me so. Stop and listen. Nature is speaking to you. Let's move these up a little bit. So this is obviously the balance between service to others and taking care of yourself. But let's get, who do I want to see up here next? Let's get a Loveland Spring card. This is also my deck. And you guys have a new deck coming. It's barring the weather, keeping the delivery guy away. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's called Spring Fling. It's 91 card deck, tarot/oracle deck. And we will be playing with that card deck next on the channel. So this is Loveland Spring Pack. Let's see what goes with this nature speaking to me thing. We got birds again too. I do just want to point that out that this card is a mockingbird. So we have bird of paradise, the dodo bird, the flamingo, the spoonbill crane or whatever, and the mockingbird. And now coming out of this deck, oh frack, I knew it. Patience. The card is patience is not your virtue. When you feel like you're going to tear your hair out, dig deeper and ask for support from your guides. I feel like we're coming full circle again because we just had that card. Where was it? Oh, relief is being offered. Do you accept it? Stop and listen. Nature is speaking to you, and patience. And I feel like there's one more that goes with this scenario. Excuse me, what deck? They want me to get Shaman's Drum. I don't want to use Shaman's Drum. I like to use Shaman's Drum in the fall. It has a very autumnal feel. All right, so this is my deck, Shaman's Drum. All of my decks, if you want to look at any of them, see what they look like. If any of them are calling to you, those are all, the link to my decks is all in the, excuse me, I don't know what's going on in my throat. You guys have stuff that you need to get out of my throat, get out of my throat. Got 2 cards from Shaman's Drum. Everything's in the show notes, everything I talk about. Okay, 2 cards that go with this getting outside. So one of them is Canoe. New adventures await you and are ready for you to take charge of them. I feel like we're coming back full circle, back to the you can do anything, now get going card that we started out with. And the card that came out with that is Peace Pipe. What is done is done. It's time to make amends. Yeah, I feel like we're just coming full circle again. So there's new adventures. There's always a new beginning. There's always a chance for a new start, right? Every day is a fresh start, a new beginning. And sometimes I think of that too, like, oh, this day didn't go the way I wanted it to. I got, I call it terse. I got terse with somebody. I felt irritated, or what, that's like a lot of my Aries moon is I get like fire, like I get irritated easily sometimes. I lose my patience very easily. Those are things I'm all working on. Patience is like a huge one. But that doesn't mean tomorrow has to be the same way, right? So if we even back up the whole new beginnings things and not even think about, the new moon or what portal or gateway it is or what astrological transit is happening. I mean, even if we just think of it in terms of the 24 hours in front of us, there's always a chance for a new start or a new beginning. Even right now, it doesn't even have to be when you wake up in the morning. You can choose at any moment, any given time, to have a fresh start, a new beginning, start over, start anew, start using your cleared third eye to imagine something different for yourself. And I feel like the getting out in nature is the getting outside of the four walls of your house or your workspace, just to clear your head, even if it's for 5 minutes. That's going to open up the ability for spirit to speak to you more easily, getting away from the RFs, radio frequencies, wireless. You can't get away from it completely, but it's easier to connect with your guides outdoors than indoors, or, just away from it all kind of thing. So hence that canoe looks both of those, the peace pipe and the canoe in the cards are very remote. I don't want to be that remote. Thank you very much. But I do like getting outside, which is why this weather perturbs me quite a bit, because you can only spend limited time outside because of the negative wind chill. Like, it's just too cold to spend more than 5 minutes. But sometimes even that 5 minutes in the brisk cold air is enough to kind of shake things up a little bit. So you're being asked to, this is one I don't like, but have patience with the process, because I want to know, like, what is the process? What are we talking about? Have patience with the process of life. Or the process of okay, so they're saying it's like the process of creation. Like, have patience with the process of creation, because, good things take time. It's all the things we keep hearing about. So while you're waiting, rather than waiting, appreciating what you have in this now. Last night I was sitting watching something and I was like, what do I do now, Spirit? I'm bored. I just feel kind of stuck right now in this situation. And my son came downstairs and he was like, Mom, do you want to watch something on TV? And for a minute I was preoccupied, like, well, should I go write? Should I go create another card deck? And he was just right there. And something came just right at that moment. Something came up in my Instagram feed that said, take time, or kind of like spend time with your priorities or something like that, cherish your priorities. And I'm like, wait, my son is a priority to me. I mean, part of the reason I left the corporate world was to be at home with my son. And so push aside right now, energetically, all the things that weren't working. And I just wanted to sit down with him and eat a bowl of popcorn and watch a silly movie. And that was like the perfect moment at that moment. I didn't have to be concerned about what wasn't happening or why. I didn't have to be, lamenting about the things that I've been writing down for the past 5 years that still aren't here yet. I just spent 2 hours having a good time, laughing over a funny movie, eating a bowl of popcorn, and just, not having to think about it. So finding ways to self-soothe yourself if you're not feeling 100% about what's going on is important right now. I'm looking for the final deck. Where is that? Or the final card? I feel like there's one final card. They want me to go back to Pleiadian power. Excuse me for all the throat clearing. We need to do it. We're going to do a total chakra cleanse here at the end of this. Something going on still with the throat. So I feel like there's been a lot of messages shared. So what do y'all want to say? Oh my God, this shuffling. Now I know Jenny from my favorite Moon Magic Tarot now. She's my favorite channel. Her little shuffling is like, this is slow as mine. Okay, Pleiadian power, the final message. Oh, of course, we would end with Cassie, the heart fairy. When you know where your heart is, when you feel the magic within, then all is right in your world. Oh, that's so dark back there. I don't know where we put it. We've got dreary weather, so these decks are not... Oh, there, that looks beautiful. Still, maybe it goes right there. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. They're saying it's a 12 chakra cleanse. So I feel like we're starting way above with the stellar gateway chakras, doing the ones within the physical avatar and down below to the Earth star. So let's take a deep breath together. We're going to clear them all, but it sounds like the focus is going to be on the throat, on the heart, opening your heart up to new possibilities, new things. It doesn't even have to be people. Sometimes it's just be opening your heart up to new realms, new possibilities, new things that you love. So a lot of times there's this, I don't know where it's at before I just start light languaging it. All of my decks have a card about love or romance, but sometimes when I get that card, it's not about romance with another person. It's like something you love, opening your heart up to something you love. Like I like connecting with you guys. I love working on my decks and so forth. That kind of is another thing that helps me pass the time and have fun. And it's not just about passing the time, right? Because like we said at the beginning, this is the Pleiadian chakra. Like we said at the beginning, there's always going to be something that's out of sorts, something that you feel like needs to change. But if you spend all your now moments focused on what you don't have, then you're missing all the cool opportunities to connect with what you do have in this now. And you don't want to get to the end of this incarnation just feeling like all you were doing was spending your time waiting for the next best thing to come along. And because then all that forward thinking just keeps you missing out on the things that are right in front of you. And if you just know, I've been working a lot with Archangel Uriel on trust, acceptance, and surrender. If you just know that you're here to learn lessons, you're here to manifest, which means things will never be 100 the way you want them, because you're always striving to manifest something new or different in your life. So that means there has to be the contrast to make you want more. And if you can just come to the acceptance and surrender to the fact that that's just the way life on this planet is, then you start to enjoy your now moments even more. And knowing that this is the clearing, knowing that things could change at any moment, unbeknownst to you, because you don't have all the answers yet. Things are purposely shielded from your knowingness because you're not supposed to know them right now. This is the clearing, you guys. So knowing that at any moment, your child could leave home, your partner could want another life somewhere else. Your job might not need you anymore. Your house may have to get sold out from under you or something. Like someone may pass that you love dearly and they're not in your physical reality anymore. Like these are the moments, like your forest that you love so much could just suddenly get bulldozed down by some
ill-meaning, service to self company. The tree that you really have been working with could get cut down or could die. Like, all these things in the now could just suddenly change in an instant. And if you're so busy worried about what's not here now, what's to come, then you're missing these moments. You're missing them. You're missing them. And you're missing out on fully enjoying what Spirit has already given you and what you've already manifested. Because what you have in this now is something that you really, really wanted in the past. And maybe it's not something you really wanted, right? Because you create your own reality. So let's start living for the now. I probably will never stop writing down the wishes that I have for the past 5 years because I still want them. But if I spend all my time thinking about why they're not here, worried that somehow I'm being punished, that somehow this process that's going on behind the scenes, is not working in my favor or whatever, the Wheel of Fortune is not turning yet, the astrological alignment is not here right now that needs to support this change, then I'm just missing what's right in front of my face that I've already manifested. So I want you guys to think about that. Just really take some time to meditate on this message from the guides, because it's coming from me, from personal experience, but it's coming from all the guides that surround me. Excuse me. I'm just doing the throat clearing. Surround this show, surround you, all of your guides, wanting you to enjoy this now moment and find some way to make it your 100% perfect. Whatever that is to you. And allow Source to keep working on your behalf. Allow the wheels and the cogs and the fortunes and misfortunes to just fall into place, as they will anyway, because much of your journey was predestined to begin with. And no matter of wishing, hoping, praying, falling on your knees, drawing cards is going to make things speed up. It's just, things are just, many things, not everything, but many things are meant to happen when they're supposed to happen. So let's make peace with the process. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, warrior. Get up, warrior. Let's get back on track. Let's do what we can. Let's keep going. And the offer still stands. If you want to collab on something with me, we could chat about that offline a little bit. I'm not saying that 100% of everybody that contacts me I'm going to collab with. I want to make sure that whoever you are, you're a fit for my channel. And if not, then we can work together to get you up and running on your own little setup if you want to do that. Finding ways. And if you don't know how you're supposed to serve, reach out. That's part of why I'm here too. I do all this type of healing work and working with folks, and all of that, all my services are listed in the show notes if you want to, spend some time looking at that for yourself. All right, friends, that was the light language. So I want to thank you so much for joining me here. We will see you all again soon. Take care.